Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation2. Alright, happy to share that we get first to the third competitions, and with that we secured that 1000 event coins. Also want to share with you later on the ranks, but now let's take a look at this gift code that you should be entering. Please ensure you enter this gift code now, otherwise it may expire. So the gift code again is WROOM. Alright, so with that, let's enter into the competition itself, which is the third competitions of this event. In the order to make sure you basically have a good ranking, do start late as usual, and of course have the EP head start. So let me check out now right now. Alright, so with the EP head start of 183, we propel itself all the way to the rank first at the start of the competition, so that gives you a good head start itself. Alright, and of course at the end of this video, share you the promotion in terms of the company rank and the headquarters Intercontinental Railroad 1. So that's a great achievement that comes with 1000. Oh no, it's 100 gems. 1000 gems would be great though. So with that, let's quickly run through this whole competitions from the start right now all the way to the end. Managed to really work hard in the preparation work. So at this juncture, when we first started, the difficulty is really how to clear off those items that we have on hand, and then with the seriously lower capacity warehouse space that we have. Alright, so of course always mention this, have your additional warehousing space, utilize the what they call it, the non-event factories itself. So once you have those factories fully upgraded, they can act as additional warehousing space, and of course you can continually upgrade your warehouse as much as you like if you have a lot of those required items as a building requests, or if you have lots of blue maps by doing the greedy captain's request. So all this is a must, but it will take a long while for me. So for me, I'm just using all the factories that I could as additional warehouse spacing. So in terms of the warehousing, there's a need to do housekeeping at times like this to dump away stuff. Otherwise there wouldn't be sufficient space likewise, because if already packed, or the non-event factories to the brim, input and output tray all that's basically maxed out in the context, then probably the only way is to do some housekeeping to allow ourselves to maneuver in this struggle with warehouse spacing. So that's it. Besides the warehouse spacing, you make sure you have your capacity of your trains maxed out if possible. Do remember, besides the 80 capacity legendary should max it out, you should also max out a few of those epic and rare trains. Common trains likewise, because the common trains and the rare trains are sometimes the roadblocks or the obstacle that Pixel put in place that they ask for, assuming a triple restriction job using the specific type of trains, which is example rare, and then the engine type diesel. And that is really daunting when they do specify the region as well, which is the current region. Then you may be stuck because you only have a 6 capacity rare train, and you could struggle to deliver hundreds of items. So make sure you have those fully upgraded event rare, which I think comes with 30 capacity ceiling. Have 2 or 3 if possible, then clearing up a 90 or 100 quantity job would be a breeze, because within an hour or 2 you're done. Just imagine having 3 of the 6 capacity rare trains, then I think that'd be deep trouble. Alright, besides the capacity, I think you're gonna work on your dispatches. If you could get more of the dispatches, permanent ones at the midpoint of each level, like 650, 750 for my context, the next one is 750. I think it's important to make sure you get that dispatcher likewise. Train capacity, train types, dispatches, warehouse spacing, EPH start, and of course all this have in terms of planning of resources and whatnot. But I think the other thing you got to work on is really how do you want to have the items delivered. Do you need to complete all 3 jobs concurrently at the same time simultaneously, or you're going to focus on just one job? So all this you got to plan in the context that you have the quantity of the items. Sometimes, you know, when you ask for items and you do not have it, so you face that situation very frequently. It just means that you really got to plan it out well. I'll urge you to do in that context, if you could get all the 3 request items ready before you fulfill one of it. So imagine this, if you have all 3 fulfilled and you have another job just complete, and then when it's refreshed after you collect the EP and it comes with a job that it doesn't have a single item, at least you have the other 2 items to be delivered, and that time spent in delivering those, you also would have already collected raw materials to get the items to be required by the 3rd new job. And that process of manufacturing that new job items takes time, but at least 2 to 3 hours, i.e. 2 or 3 rounds delivery, you would still be able to do it using the items that you have for the other 2 jobs. So that's how I meant by in terms of managing your job. So do not think that you have all the time to deliver the items. Once you come back, you can deliver. If you do not have that item, you're just wasting time altogether. So make sure you do that. Like for example, now we wouldn't have all these items ready, and that's because only this happens in the tail end. I think that's alright because you're struggling to get all things up and running. But if let's say this happens in the midway of the competitions and you're stuck and you have dispatchers idling, I think that's a total waste in that context. Alright, so this is the last bit, and I'm just hoping we managed to maintain this at this juncture for 4 minutes. KYT is a very strong competitor, and of course looking at very close in terms of the EP that he has collected against mine. I've decided to spend my remaining gems that I have on hand to gain a small advantage of that 36 numbers, because if I have to wait for them to come back, there will be post completion of the 3rd competitions. So at the last juncture, I decided to spend I think 20 to near to 30 gems just to play it safe, to bring back those dispatches, and then hopefully that gives myself an edge of 45 EP against KYT. So you can see here company value 591. That's a lot. I think basically it's a very experienced player, so I think it's very important. Yeah, this is another way to get rid of items if you do not have the warehouse spaces. At the same time, can collect a bit of the union items likewise. But again, in competitions, hardly got time to focus in the union delivery. Then again, like I said, now is the moment we're gonna spend some gems. You gotta really remember that everybody have the intention sometimes to spend gems at the last moment. I urge you to spend those gems at the last 7 seconds in order to game the system, so that everybody's monitoring the progress of another close player. If you do it at the last 7 seconds, the player that you're fighting against with may not have the reaction time, because normally people are monitoring hard, and once they monitor that you are progressing, they will also do that gem spending likewise. So I'm just show you quickly how do I do this to monitor. I'm 926, KYT is 917, so I'm not assuming the fact that he's finished there. So I'm going to do only spending of the gems to call back the dispatcher when the remaining clock strikes at 7 seconds. So with that, make sure you only have to call back one of those dispatchers, because you don't have reaction time, otherwise you'll be wasting it. So call it back. This takes 1-2 seconds. Go and collect the EP and being registered in. That is exactly 7 seconds in total. Alright, so that's how it works. Alright, so that's all I'm going to share in this video. Really happy managed to get the remaining 350. So this is my 3 times first already, and we got 1050 51 to be exact in terms of coins. We have fulfilled this night jet, but I'm not going to collect it right now because I'm going to collect it in Japan. By then we would have another legendary with the 4000 keys likewise. So these 2 legendaries will be going to Japan with me. I'm not going to collect it until I reach Japan. It's 700, just 3 more levels to go. Probably going to save it up to the end of the 4th competitions, then we may enter Japan. So I'm really happy I managed to do that and maintain it to get that 1000 coins and 4000 keys before I go to Japan, because once I enter Japan I don't think I would have win any more competitions. Alright, so promoted to company Intercontinental Rail 1 as well, and that claims the 100 gems. Alright, thank you for watching. Have a good rest in between. Do your EPH start. Alright, thank you for watching again, and wish you all the best for the 4th competition. Goodbye.